Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Let's go into Justice for All. Farewell, my turnabout. Let's go to court. Been swimming lately?
No.
You have, you liar!
Not yet! You spoiled the entire shit.
I'm sorry.
You're supposed to say it when the judge is there.
I'm horrible.
We're not even in the fucking room yet, you dick!
I'll ask Udgy when we get in there.
No, you've already asked. Now, you've already asked. No, you ruined it.
I forgot about his dumb fucking face. Honestly though, is he refreshing as a spring breeze when he's wearing a fucking very loud leather jacket? That sounds
He's
like...
as bad as Galactica.
Honestly, to be honest, I don't even think it's leather. It looks like, you know, it would sound like rubber. Like, if you rubbed on it. Yeah, maybe. It looks like American cheese. Practically a raincoat. Sorry, I need to stop being rude about this guy. I need to do his voice now. Dude. Adrian did it?
No. That's what it looks like.
Dude. Far out.
No!
Let me have a biscuit, dude. No, please don't do the far out because now all I'm thinking is Space Ace. What?
Don't say far out because now all I'm thinking is Space Ace.
We need to get that so we can play it. Because it comes with the 2 Dragon Slayer games as well. Hello. Dude. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that.
In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you.
A mountain of evidence?
Oh boy.
Wow.
I'm certain there is someone out there. Yes, I did that right. I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you.
Dude, please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday.
You didn't do it.
I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? Can I have some M&Ms too? Don't actually give me M&Ms. I can't let it has my voice. Oh, the M&Ms.
No, I'm sorry.
Mr. Lawyer, have you poisoned me?
I'm sorry, I just love that you happen to use my... Is that my voice? Is that my voice?
Dude, I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that.
I understand.
Well, it's almost time.
Yeah.
You must get a complete acquittal today.
I know!
My sister will die. Honestly, it's like you already have a script.
I've not played this!
I know.
Because I can't focus on my situation right now.
How dare you?
Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed. Well, let's get going.
Maya's out. Maya's out of the room.
Yeah, but Feeney, you don't know that.
It's him. This is right.
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial.
Maya, she's unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked on her early this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake as well as yours, you must win today's trial.
What the fuck you mean for your sake?
Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
Present? What in the world would you want to give me?
You'll figure it out once the trial starts, even if you don't like my gift. I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please.
Please don't tell me you sent Edgeworth. Wait!
How would the killer send your boyfriend to annoy you?
The kidnapper sent me a present.
Mr. Lawyer Dude? Who was that?
None of your fucking business. No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything.
Dude, did your nose just get longer?
You really want to go there?
It's no prosecutor. Hello, Odgie. Been swimming lately?
Too late.
Ah! Dragon has been swimming. I went swimming too, but not recently. Well, I went a few days ago and then I got very sick because of it. I guess my place of work's cool from that clean. Or I'm just not used to being around people, there's that too. And then there is Dragon, who went today and fucking flirted with people in the locker room. You whore.
I didn't flirt with anybody.
Well, you were saying people looked very nice to me. I'm being silly, obviously. I know Dragon would not forsake me.
Then, don't forget I tore my swimming costume.
Yeah, well that's from general bad maintenance, and there was no offer of a new costume for you, despite the fact that my workplace sells costumes. Anyway. Court is now in session for the trial of Matangard.
Why are you being a jerk?
I don't know. Let's see now. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Hello?
Is she napping?
I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
Why are you asking me? She hates me!
Dunno, let's find out.
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me?
Your Honor, please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has. This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. There's your present.
Complete acquittal.
Happy Christmas! Bang!
What is it with the Von Karmas and getting shot?
Was it in her shoulder? Ooh, my shoulder hurts. What?
Shot!
Holy shit! 1 minute. Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about.
His present?
Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage.
It would. Ooh, it would. So don't suspect me, I didn't fucking do anything. This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition.
So he did, in a way, something.
That's good.
Phew. Yo! I thought he'd show up. Why are you there?
Your Honor.
My honor indeed, but anyway. Why are you there on the defense of the fucking
Witness stand?
that thing?
Thank you. Yes, on that thing. Well, maybe if you let him talk, we would know. Due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place.
Okay, then stand in your correct position, please.
The prosecution is ready, naturally.
But you're on the witness stand!
Give me a moment to move! Good God.
There.
Miss von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Ooh, it's
My
always the shoulder.
The one to your left.
Ooh, my shoulder hurts. Beep, beep, beep! Anyway. Luckily, I have looked this case over and I'm familiar with the details. In a sense, having Edgeworth here is more of a gift anyway, because he's more willing to find out the truth of the matter, rather than actually be all like, oh yeah, I think your guy's guilty AF. From the start. He just pretends, because that's Phoenix and his love language. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Angard. But the court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer.
Really?
Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Of course, you have to start with the detective to be like, oh hey, so this is the layout of the crime. Witness, your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct for now.
For now?
After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Gumshoe.
The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness.
Then let me leave.
Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sir!
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. As you're struggling for? Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth.
I love you. Facts of the case.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Carter, was found dead in his hotel room. Wow. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Why is it empty?
Evidently, we need to press the 3 last statements.
Ooh. maybe it has more to do with the suicide note.
Who knows?
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room?
Yes, sir. Well, the victim and the defendant were alone to their rooms, sir.
I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Good. Just give me a moment. I'm going to warm myself up to it. Yep, don't need to clarify that. Yeah, that's fine.
Press that.
The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Corridor was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real presentation will be drawn here to this bandana. He was strangled.
Banana.
His bandana, sir. The thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir.
Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
There's no banana involved, you... Then, what about the knife? Seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. To frame. Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, actually, now that I think about it, it's not like his suit is likely to be super padded like the Steel Samurai one that would have. Because you remember them saying that, oh, well, the suit's so padded it would have soaked up the blood, even though he did die somewhere else. And in a different suit.
Yeah.
But his suit doesn't look as, chunky, so it's very minimal blood because he's already dead.
Of course, somebody would have had to have used that knife to, well, something to get off the button, and then stab.
And also, it would have his fingerprints on. Yeah. Anyway.
We have a crafty murder on our hands here.
All murderers are trained to be crafty.
Crafty? The fucking fingerprints are there.
No.
Oh, you're good. So, yep. No, press both of them, I would say.
And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal! The Jammer Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Just like Lanta's camera.
Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that?
We thought of that too, but... The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Victims, huh?
I see. So much for my theory then.
There we go, some more info.
Oh, we later found out the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Guessing that. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't in the Edgeworth Hotel that night.
Odd.
Then where's the case there?
Yeah.
Well then, where was it?
The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio.
Bizarre.
The victim, Juan Garda, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir.
Again, odd.
Bizarre.
So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case?
Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. Oh, Gumshoe, poor dear Gummy. It has everything to do with that. It has fucking everything to do with the case.
Yeah, why would he forget like a big part of his sense
He
of
wouldn't.
character?
He wouldn't have forgotten it. He left it there on purpose.
But why? I suppose we might find out later.
I still think that guitar has something to do with that damn suicide note that went missing.
Okay.
If Juan did hide it, where better than in something that he keeps with him at near all times?
Except he wasn't the jamming ninja at the time.
Where else to put it afterwards? What if he thought it was going to be discovered, and so hid it in there?
Okay, anyway. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Yippee-ki-yay.
Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir.
Why arrest on guard?
Matt and Juan Carter were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way, and that's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the jamming ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja costume and was found in Matt Takama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. Wait. Oh god, I want that fucking sim video. Wait. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
Except it should be brought, not bought.
That's what I read it as first. Brought instead of bought.
Because bought means he purchased it, and then
Brought
took it.
means it was with him.
Yeah, brought means he took it.
Well, I've read it both ways. You can keep both of them in.
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing.
Yes, that's what you said. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. Sticky? What do you mean sticky? Sticky with what? Yeah, T-bone steak.
Food residue.
T-bone fucking steak. And there's his button.
That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button, and is this button also covered in blood?
Yes, I mean, all the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What? Fucking perfect.
All this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right?
I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. And that humph took my lips to go, God, itchy. Did not like that.
You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
Good to see you too.
Right. Well, I guess we better press away.
Okay. Do we really need to hear how they're ravens with each other? Everybody seems to know about that.
I guess we are just supposed to press everything.
But in terms of popularity, Mr. On Guard won, did he not? Yeah, but you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Carter was always one step behind Mr. On Guard and everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. Mr. Corridor lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That's too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
Press?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, because they already explained it.
We've heard a lot about that. No. No.
Well, I guess press that.
There's no way this was a premeditated murder. Even if he brought the knife. Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. It's a dinner knife. Ah, well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for.
Phoenix,
Yes?
there's something very interesting about what the detective just said just now. Think carefully before it's too late.
Don't recover the victim's blood and the knife within God's fingerprints.
Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing.
Still in a world of trouble.
Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? How about we look in the court record?
So, I'm not going to touch anything. Okay, so that.
Oh! In the
Gatewater.
Gatewater is engraved. So back to the bottom statement and present that, because it shows he didn't buy it. He didn't buy it, he brought it with him.
Okay, so we're silent. Wait a second. What? So the basis of your argument is that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand? That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. Huh?
It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle.
Gatewater? I think I heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. Yeah.
Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... Oh. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Why the fuck are you laughing?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
Oh, fuck off already. How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realise this.
But I did not. Oh. She's salary cutting this.
Yeah. The question is, where did this knife come from?
Well, why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corridor's room.
No.
Sorry, Your Honour, but that is incorrect.
Unfortunately, that's right. It came from Matt and Gertz.
The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table.
A knife.
There's a knife and a fork on the table! Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
Mr. Gertz room.
If it pleases the court, I would like for us to record the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Ungar. Missing knife. Especially what was on top of his table.
His knife's missing.
There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Mattangard's knife was missing. Mr. Ungard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
I swear to God, if you're reading Francisca's notes, I'm gonna kill you.
At least she's saying it politely without any whips.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. Well, of course, your power is basic logic.
It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the beginning. The very beginning.
It was like one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honour's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defence were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
It's not yet shown. Oh God, I'm gonna have to bring it up after I promise not to, aren't I?
He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defence have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
I don't think we're bringing up the suicide attempt.
Well...
Phoenix. The judge is favouring the prosecution right now. We answer with something wrong here.
The government will be ringing out the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Actually, I do.
Now, what is something that was at the crime scene?
Let me look at the wine glass.
Yeah, we don't know if it has any fingerprints on it.
There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance and only one.
What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
You may
my
now
God.
present one and only one piece of evidence.
Well, it better be that fucking wine glass then.
Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
I'm a lawyer. God, you're scrunching away.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over, along with everything else, is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Or the heavy breathing gumshoe.
Oh yeah, huff puff.
Look.
Gotta catch them whippersnappers. Oh, for God's sake.
Well, what do you all have to say?
Oh, well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now.
You haven't even looked at me.
I have been.
No.
No. Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it, Your Honour?
your opinion.
You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place.
Think about what you just said, Edgeworth. Think about what you just said.
Set there after the crime took place?
Fingerprints. Fingerprints.
Well, let me continue talking. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example.
Why would she put it there?
She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
With tomato juice in it?
She might like tomato juice, right? That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? There's no way. After a week here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
They might just fall for it, if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
Of course not. There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
Fuck's sake! What?
You're not thinking hard enough today, Wright?
Thinking as hard as I fucking can, you utter dickwad!
Well, yeah, he's thinking as hard as he can, given the fucking circumstances. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
But then...
Of course, it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one. Well, whose were they?
Miss Andrews.
They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews.
What?
That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
Of course not. I can't believe I fell into another trap! What the fuck?
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Coroner.
With tomato juice in it?
I don't know, let's continue.
But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense.
What you just said was a crock of fucking hooey.
Now do you see, Wright?
No. What for?
You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover.
Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. That's very unlike him. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness. Oh, fucking Oldbag.
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? He's giving us a chance to win.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness! Your name and occupation, please. Ugh!
G-O-T-C-H-A. Gotcha.
I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy Poo, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? It's Edgy Boy. Sorry. You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet it was the wicked witch of the witness stand?
Absolutely. I'm glad to see you. Cranberries, I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Well, you remember last time she wasn't allowed to say everything because of the studio executives. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Ooh, shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now! Don't interrupt us, Gramps!
You're probably the same age as him. Yes, madam.
Can you put that on the wall?
No, please. By all means, interrupt her. Please. Why is it always old ladies coming on to me? I hate it. Right! Help me! Take some of this woman's ire for me! Anyway, just your testimony, please.
It's true what they say that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I'm at all edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
Testimony.
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim? Why are you not being the judge now?
Because I'm enjoying this.
Oh,
So
please.
much now.
Please be the judge. It gives me. I'm now the witness now. You were the witness last time.
I'm enjoying this.
Look, everyone is crazy over that guard saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly.
An edgy wedgie isn't silly.
An edgy boy, an edgy poo. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him, even though he's the same age as Corridor. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corridor.
Those two are the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Alright, what she witnessed.
I hate that her mouth does the same thing mine does, just...
Yeah.
Cranberry. Maybe you should be Oldbag.
NEVER!
You could have done your Yzma voice for her. We've been doing my terrible cranberries old lady instead.
What? I can't do his voice that well.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was a guard! A Matin guard! He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. Ungard came out of the victim's room. Just got an upgrade. It's all that swimming.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. White, you may begin with your cross-examination.
Well, I suppose the key thing we should do is ask if she's absolutely sure that it was Mr. Ungard, considering she thought it was Will Powers just because he was wearing the steel samurai suit.
Press that one.
Yep.
You saw my client. Are you sure about that?
Yes, see?
Really?
Annoying brat! When I say I saw someone, I saw that person!
Uh-huh. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
What were they wearing?
You really want me to ask that?
Or is he dressed as the jamming ninja, or is he in his normal civilian clothes?
If it's on guard...
Oh, sorry,
it's
is he
the
dressed
Nickel
as the Nickel Samurai, or is he in his shitty...
Please tell the
jacket?
court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really, is there something like that matters? Well, it does, because you thought that it was
But it
Will
does.
Powers. Now, what was it? Oh, yes, it was that thing.
What thing? As I was just about to screech, predicting my line again.
Well, if you click fast enough, you won't be predicting them no more. That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
Ah, he was wearing that at the detention centre too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Tell me.
It was very important.
Yes. But why, I ask you?
Of course it was important, Your Honour, because if he's wearing his racing jacket, okay, it'd be more likely to see who it actually was than if he was wearing the Nickel Samurai shit. If he was wearing the Nickel Samurai shit, but also, if he was wearing the racing jacket for murder, then somebody could have taken the jacket easy, because he went back to his room. He wasn't in his racing jacket.
Not quite. What's one of the damning pieces of evidence as to why Ungard got arrested? Now you're getting it.
He was wearing his racing jacket. It means he wasn't wearing his Nickel Samurai costume.
Which means
the button couldn't have gotten stuck in his pants.
Which then is part of the reason why he was arrested. There you go. Now we have your contradiction. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important?
Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honour, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright. Witness, please.
Oh, well, I don't like to be to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must... He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show.
So you acknowledge to present this button?
Shove this button up your ass. Oh!
Miss Oldbag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason!
Do you know what this is?
Ah! It's button number 2 on the Jamming Ninja's costume!
I think it's button number 2.
Why is it button number 2?
Now I know she's a misunderstanding. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Wow, she really is I have found one of the button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Unguard's body during a full body search.
See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal on guard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai Hakama pants.
See? See? And on guard is the nickel samurai.
Witness! Now it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matangard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear! If I wore the trendiest dress, you would I'm so angry. This outfit is his. You right? I got a tape recorder stuck to my dress. It's heavy, so heavy. I wish I would have switched to CDs ages ago. Dream of life. Those kids are there. What kind of smart face you understand? Don't take a look in the mirror. You close your eyes and you're a documentary on color. You should take a tip or two from Edgeworth. He's got style.
Now hold your tongue still there for just 1 second. So, what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the nickel samurai.
But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important to agree with me for a change.
That's the closest I'll get to it, right?
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify! Testify.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one signing, not you!
Who I saw. And guard. Yes, now I remember! The nickel samurai, that's right! It was the nickel samurai that I saw!
And we can't prove that it wasn't God. You can't prove that it wasn't God in the suit. And just like a year ago.
Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. He must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
Excuse me. This was a death.
Was
Strangulation!
I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, young'uns today, I told you there is no way it was anyone else.
Oh, just like it was no one else but Will Powers last year! How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
Like a year ago.
Bullshit.
At least she was just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Well, there's no point in pressing her. We'll just show that knife to her in the statement when she mentions the stabbing. Because, you remember, what do the costumes not do? Give fingerprints, because they're fucking gloves. The knife has fingerprints. Although you already knew it'd be like, well, he wasn't stabbed.
Please take a look at this.
Well, he was stabbed, but it wasn't the cause of death. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it.
Is that what you're driving at?
That is exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving?
Oh my god. Fuck's sake.
If Mr. Angard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. Ooh, that's right, the Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing.
But why? And why would he do something like that? There's no way he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off.
But the murder still did take place.
It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
But then if he went there to talk...
Why would he bring the knife?
Why would he bring his own knife?
Yeah.
He could have just used ones! Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? There's a contradiction! This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Angard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
I.e.
fucking knife!
The motherfucking knife.
This knife. This was used by Mr. Angard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corridor.
I suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition one. He's doing it on purpose. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't have been all over it, like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To frame that Angard? Duh.
To frame my client, Mr. Angard, of course. To frame... Oh my god.
Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
We just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Ugh! Witness!
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy-poo?
Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now! Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure.
She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corridor. Am I correct, witness?
The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
You were waiting to get that big scoop.
She was waiting for Adrian Andrews to see if she would go in.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corridor.
Maybe Phoenix. Maybe the old hag was waiting around for... What? Oh, the old bag was waiting around for that person.
So I think he is hinting at certainly possible. Miss Oldbag. You were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? That one?
Take that!
Who is this person? Who is this Hans? Is
What
the tone
is
of voice
this?
is the tone of voice I read it in? Let's go with Hans. Who is this Hans? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager. But why would the defender's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest room in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is... Ah, I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews. Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
Witness, what in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. Very bad feeling.
Yeah.
I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source.
A lot of heart.
So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
So she took Lotta's camera,
Yep.
and she found the note.
Yep.
With a spicy bunch of bullshit that Lotta wrote.
So she then hung around to see if she could catch it herself and probably go, "How dare you go near my Juan! Beat, beat, beat! Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat!"
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this, however I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about the secret information.
I will. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you young'uns.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old. Read it.
Secret information! That guard is one evil, evil man! He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. To do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? What? You missed your line!
What was it?
Something about, you're sending the thing or
I
something.
apologize. Yes. Carry on.
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant?
Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful, the Oldbag seems rather excited right now. That's right! And God is nothing but your average foul-mouthed youth!
No.
Foul-blooded!
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, as the old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone.
Yeah.
Never make me say that again.
Highway to the danger zone. What? What?
What's it from?
I don't know.
Here I thought you knew something I didn't.
No, I don't know where it's from. I just have heard that.
Anyway, so I guess the big question is, where'd you find this out from, bitch? Let's press the last one because obviously I'm pretty sure it's, well, you said it's Lotta, she probably got it from Lotta's camera,
Well,
so we
she
need her,
did.
yeah, so we need her to
Alright then, let me talk!
then talk.
What? Wait!
What? I'm a busy woman, tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did that old bank get such a secret piece of information? Present evidence. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag?
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that!
Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire secret info, isn't it? What's this fucking camera? Where is it?
On the first page and you didn't see it.
Yes, I know. The investigative photographer Lotta Hart. Oh, yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she'd written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No, I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless?
Ah! That's it! That's the note!
No! You see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy!
Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note?
I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why! That infamous puffy-head whippersnapper! She's working with that evil on guard! She says so herself. On guard! I'm his sidekick!
What?
She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo! You believe me, don't you? Ugh. I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
I'm loving this. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once. She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her?
Never!
No more pressure. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness! You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is that correct? Is this correct?
Stole? Why didn't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can. That's all.
You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it.
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Yes! Miss Oldbag.
I'm sorry, I'm about to read it.
I don't believe that note is the only thing you stole that night.
It's the fucking camera.
Miss Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweetie, $1,600 camera disappeared on me. Why? Witness!
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too.
Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
Ah, that's...
What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you, I fall in love, and I borrow things from people.
I think the definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said Slimebag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
No, it's not. How many have you deleted? Bailiff! Check this camera's photos. Hurry! We must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai. It's too short.
Well done. It's very obvious, isn't it? Because in all the photos, you can see his little feetsies. Yep. See, I told you, that's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However,
In his own confession, Mr. Ungard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his nickel samurai costume.
There's gotta be more than fucking one.
Potentially, yeah.
If that's the case, then this nickel samurai is not Matthew Ungard.
The defendant.
Impossible is too short.
Well, we'll bring it up then, won't we?
How did you come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? This photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's something strange with that.
Yep. You said so yourself. You're too short.
There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming, right?
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there is something strange with this photo.
There's everything strange with it. It's too. The nickel samurai is too fucking short. You need glasses, Edgeworth.
Maybe. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Anyway, please look at this photo one more time. If you really believe you could honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by! Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot? Especially when it counts. Now then, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange? There?
Yeah, the feetsies.
Should I do that one?
No, do that.
That one?
No, the other one.
This one?
Yeah, you lined it up perfectly fine that time before.
There?
A bit more in the creases. Yes.
Hallelujah. I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does this mean? What does that mean? The costumed person in this photo could not have been Mr. Ungard. What is the meaning of this? I'm yelling at myself.
I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is.
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. His socks! You can see his socks! Sorry, that one thing had so much delight to say. His socks! You can see his socks!
Amazing!
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time.
That's curious. What now?
Huh? What is it?
Edgeworth is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride? What do you mean by that?
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
Doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Martin God, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless.
I figured it would come to this.
What?
Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that this person inside the costume is not Madame Garde. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Adrian Andrews. Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? The only one that could have. Adrian Andrews.
Oh yeah, she has access to both rooms. Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. Think of someone who's short. Why should you be focused on? What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think?
Yeah. Why is he so calm? Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph? Adrian Andrews! If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman.
And why will you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. Unguard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Unguard that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Unguard's fingerprints all over it. The knife that was used as a murder weapon.
One moment. Why don't you just say what it is you want, right?
I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to
Indict.
Thank you. Indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honour.
This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. The verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day.
Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya... Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. Raise an objection.
Yep, only choice.
Now then. Please, Your Honour, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she's not.
Hold it. Oh, hold it. I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth knows.
Gumshoe might have told him.
Edgeworth?
Your Honour, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
Knows. But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honour.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way into subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan. Even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What? What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man.
Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
It was a present. Right, so there we go, part 1 of the trial. Yeesh. Thank you all for watching this latest addition to our growing collection of varying games and reviews, just videos in general. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Please leave a like and a comment in the comments section down below. We love hearing what you think. If you have any recommendations for either games to play or material to review, let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to get to them when we can.
If you like our content, subscribe to see more. Check out our playlists if you are looking for something new or worried you've missed an episode. Click on the recommended video appearing on the screen if you want to see more of us right now. You won't regret it, we swear. Subscribe to our Patreon to become one of our lovely beans today. However, if that is too expensive for you at this time, please consider a one-off donation on our Ko-fi. Help a poor tea-wench today.
And with that, lime out.
Dragon out.
Bye!